Manso speaks and Clydesdales clomp. Next!
CapeCast.
Howdy folks, I'm Eric Williams and welcome to CapeCast, the official webcast of the Cape Cod Times for October 1st. Meet the Budweiser Clydesdales in the second half of the show, but first let's take a look at news. Peter Manso, renowned Truro author and media celebrity, pleaded not guilty to gun charges in Barnstable Superior Court this morning. Manso was a regular TV commentator during the 2006 murder trial of Christopher McCowan, who was convicted of killing Truro fashion writer Krista Worthington. Manso is writing a book about the trial. CapeCast caught up with the never-shy scribe before his arraignment.
What's going on here is a technical omission on my part, which has put me in a position where, at the age of 67, I'm looking at literally a potential sentence of 50 years in jail, is what's going on. I have been snared on a series of technicalities which basically come down to the fact that I, like another 750,000 people, failed to renew a gun permit which I didn't know needed to be renewed because I was never notified. No, I'm an indicted felon now. Technically speaking, I will be in an hour an indicted felon. It doesn't mean I'm a convicted felon, it means I'm an indicted felon. This is not without ramifications.
Were you set up?
Was I set? No comment on that. I can't comment on that.
Are you scared?
This is not a reassuring morning for me. I mean, we're going to get through it. This morning is simple. I can tell you one thing. I have very good legal representation.
Why do you have guns? Why did you have sort of several guns and some of them seem, or one or two seem kind of scary?
First off, I probably, if my lawyer were here, he'd say don't answer the question for obvious reasons. Suffice it to say that when I was interviewed by the New York Times on this thing, I referred to the large capacity rifle, the assault rifle, that which you are covertly describing as scary, as a literary affectation, by which I meant my editor at the time I got the thing, Michael Court, a very distinguished head editor at Simon & Schuster, had one. The idea was intriguing. Hunter had one, and combined with the fact that, you know...
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
You want it to be cool?
In retrospect, I was dumb.
When's the last time you talked to Chris McCowan?
Oh, that's another interesting thing. As a result of this goes back to questions of whether I've been set up, what's behind all of this thing. I would like to point out that as a result of my being indicted today, my being indicted by the grand jury, I can no longer go and visit one of the subjects of my book, namely Chris McCowan. I can no longer get access to McCowan behind walls.
Really?
Really, yes. This is not, I mean, ask yourself, what is the purpose of all of this? I no longer have access to McCowan.
Is that because I think you're going to bring a shiv in or something?
It's because there are state laws against indicted felons being admitted into state penitentiaries.
What's it feel like to be an indicted felon?
It's not fun. I'd gladly give it up.
At the arraignment, a prosecutor asked that Manso be required to give up his passport and check in with probation officers if he left the state, but Judge Gary Nickerson declined to grant those requests. Manso was released on personal recognizance and a pretrial conference was set for November 18th. Hey folks, the Budweiser Clydesdales clomped into the Kmart parking lot in Hyannis yesterday.
So Barb, what's your life like on the road with these beautiful horses?
Oh, it's wonderful. If you like horses, these guys are just a dream to work with, real easy going. You know, you hear the gentle giant term referred to them often, and it applies.
Now, B, you say you're a Clydesdale person. What exactly does that mean?
That means when I come in here and I see all those horses, I want to cry.
You want to cry? How come?
Because they're so beautiful.
Now, B, is this a beer thing? Is this you and a lot of beer and some horses, a Budweiser thing?
I don't care for beer. I'm not that much of a beer drinker, but I do like these horses.
Tell us about the power of these horses.
Well, these guys can pull approximately twice their weight, which would be 2 tons. It's pretty impressive, the original horsepower.
Tell me about your feeling for these magnificent beasts.
I love them. Sometimes they're better than humans, I think. Well, they smell about the same sometimes. No, actually, they're just so sweet and loving.
Now, it must be an incredible, wow factor when you roll into town with these horses.
Oh, yeah, it certainly is. We rolled into town here, and there people just kind of started coming. They saw the trucks, and that's, when we call them the traveling billboards, because they kind of pretty much speak for themselves. So, it's really great to get a reception like that, though,
The public is invited to visit the horses at the Kmart parking lot in Hyannis from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Friday. Okay, we've got to get out of here. This has been CapeCast for October 1st. Till next time, see ya!
CapeCast.